Hey everyone, welcome to episode 41. It's been a while, I think it's been like a week and a half since I've done Facebook Live with y'all. It's so good to be back, so good to be with you. Got a really special episode and some things to share today with you, which we'll get into momentarily as we allow a few more people to join us and we just take a little bit of time to be present together, to be truly, fully, deeply present together. Something that doesn't often happen in our busy, hectic, something else must be more important kind of world, to just truly, deeply, fully, wholly be present together. And when we're present together, as I often say, that's when the magic and the miracles arise. So let's take a few deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Just letting go everything that's come before this moment. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Any kind of issues with the workplace, family place, traffic, just letting it all go to fully be here, open, wide open, receptive, and present, available for any kind of insights, inspiration, magic, miracles that want to move through us today and open us to a wider expanse than we ever knew possible. Hello, Nista. Namaste. So, let's close our eyes one more time and take 3 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale real deep. And exhale. And when you're ready, open your eyes with fresh, innocent eyes and just take a few moments to look around the space in silence. Notice if things feel a bit more alive, vibrant, colorful, present, here, now. And welcome to a deeper here and now. So, there's a documentary out on Netflix right now called I Am Not Your Guru, a documentary of Tony Robbins. Who's a life coach and author and so forth. And a lot of people have been talking to me about this movie. A lot of people have been watching it. Some people aren't as familiar with Tony Robbins have been watching it. And I watched it. And I've been delving deeper into some of the things that Tony's sharing recently, including a really amazing interview with Maria Forleo that you can find on YouTube, and I'll post a link for it here, which is the subject, which sparks the subject of our topic today. So first, a little story about my life as it relates to Tony and some other luminaries, and then the insight into what I think is really exciting that's opening right now on the planet, and I'm excited to share it with you. This sense of excitement and this sense of inner peace can be unified and be one. You know, there's a sense that if you have a sense of inner peace, you need to be kind of dull and deadened and flat and lack of vitality. And if you have a sense of passion and excitement, you have to be anxiety-ridden and stressed, and these things are not the case. We can have both. We can have the sense of passion and the sense of inner peace and bring it to whatever we share and express in the world. So when I was 18 years old, I bought a book, and it was the first book I ever purchased with my own money, and I believe it was the first book I ever read outside of school by my own volition. And there was these infomercials that were running at the time, and it was this big guy, Tony Robbins, and he was talking about how, you can have this life, you can live the life you want to live. I fly around in helicopters and airplanes, and I live on beaches, and I have my own island, and I have an amazing relationship with my wife and my family, and I have this great job, and I'm doing what I love, and I'm making millions of dollars, and you can do it too, and purchase my whatever, something you're supposed to purchase. Well, I didn't purchase that, but I saw he had a book, because I was, a teenager, right? So I saw he had a book, and I see your question, Jay Thakar. What is the fact of law of attraction? We're kind of getting to that if you follow the path here. So stay with us. I got the book. I would read the book. It was a paperback. I went to the mall, the Berkshire Mall, and I bought this paperback. It was a big book, like 500 pages. And I read through it every day when I could. It was summertime. And I had this major opening. Really, you could say my first major opening on the path of truth, of my search for truth. And I would say if I could boil down everything of this 500-600 pages of this book, of what I realized and what opened inside me, I would put it in one sentence. But that one sentence is what kind of took the whole journey in a new direction. And that one sentence is what I realized really, truly, deeply, and fully, is that anything is possible. That's when I first realized that anything is possible. That's what I get out of the book. Anything is possible. I can create anything I want, and I'm only limited by my own limiting beliefs. I'm only limited by my own limiting conditioning. So I can recondition myself. I can shift my beliefs. I can shift my thought patterns to create whatever I want, create whatever kind of world I want, whatever kind of world I want to live in. So this was super exciting. I mean, the inspiration, that was just incredible when I realized this. I wrote a poem about it on the back page of the book as soon as I got to the end of the book. Now, as amazing as this opening was, of anything was possible, something interesting happened, which is that I realized if anything's possible, what do I really want? And I started to realize that I don't really want millions of dollars at the time. It wasn't what I wanted. I didn't really want a lot of material things at the time. It wasn't really what I wanted. I didn't really want to fly a helicopter or an airplane or my own airplane, or I guess the beach is kind of nice, but most of these things that were being offered in the infomercial didn't get to the heart of the issue, didn't get to the heart of the matter. What did I really want? I wanted to transcend suffering for myself and for all my fellow human beings. I wanted to transcend suffering. So, as my chronic fatigue syndrome came on and I became ill, and I was looking for answers of how to transcend the suffering I was feeling, predominantly on a physical level, and my world kind of felt shattered as far as like everything the way I thought the world was supposed to go and the way I thought it was supposed to be. I heard about yoga, and I started exploring yoga, and then through the public library and reading about yoga, I discovered enlightenment. I discovered there were teachings of enlightenment. And enlightenment was a way to transcend suffering once and for all, forever. Now that was truly exciting when I realized that that was possible. And because of my initial opening, I felt it was possible for me to awaken to this consciousness. And I noticed that as I would go on this spiritual journey and I would connect with different workshops and retreats and classes and different other folks that were on this path, they really didn't feel it was possible for themselves. They were on the path, but somehow didn't feel it was possible, which kind of makes you wonder why you're on the path to begin with. But I did feel it was possible. And when I reflect back now, I realize it was that book, Awakening the Giant Within, with Tony Robbins, that opened me up to the realization that anything is possible. So now, instead of chasing money, instead of chasing material things, instead of chasing islands, instead of chasing relationship, instead of chasing a job, instead of chasing work, instead of chasing helicopters and airplanes and mansions, I'm chasing enlightenment. I'm chasing self-realization. I'm giving every ounce of my being to that. Essentially every second of my waking life, I'm giving to discovering how to transcend suffering. I'm giving to how to awaken to the essence of who I am. So now, I'm not going to Tony Robbins for that. I'm going to the East, teachings of the East, predominantly India. Also, the Taoist teachings of China, Zen from Japan, some teachings from the West that are interconnected and relating with these teachings, but primarily now I'm going to the Eastern teachings. I'm going to India, Ramana Maharshi, Sarthagata Maharaj, Krishnamurti, Papaji, Lao Tzu, Chung Tzu, etc. Right? Things that are outside of my native culture. And I'm grounding in the essence of being. I'm grounding in the essence of the truth of who I am that transcends time and space, that no amount of achievement will ever bring. No amount of money will ever bring. That no amount of material things will ever bring. That no amount of planes or helicopters or islands or women or houses will ever bring. Right? It's within myself. It's the essence of who I am. I need to discover the essence of who I am. And then I can share it with everyone. If I discover that essence, I can share it with everyone. So I'm giving myself to that. Every day I'm reading whatever books I can get my hands on. I'm seeing whatever teachers I can see. And I know that it's possible. I know that it's possible. I'm in my early 20s at this time. And I know that it's possible. And I'm devoted to that. Plus, I have this illness where I can't do much of anything. So that actually becomes a positive in the sense that it frees me up to give my time to this spiritual search, to this search for truth. And I see this video a couple days ago of Tony Robbins and Maria Folio, who I really appreciate, is interviewing him. And I'll share the link of this video, this YouTube video. I'll share it in the comments here once I'm finished. But I see the video, and Tony Robbins is saying, "Hey, I need to tell you something that I'm really obsessed with right now. That I'm really obsessed. I wouldn't use that word myself, but I think what he's saying is I'm really giving myself fully, wholly, completely to, right?" And he says, I've given so much of my energy, so much of my attention to teaching the science and laws of achievement, what Jay's calling the law of attraction. And you can achieve anything if you follow these particular principles. And he goes to the principles, and there's just 3 or 4. And if you apply these principles, you can achieve anything, right? You can achieve the job you love or the business you want to create. You can create material assets and helicopters and houses and islands. You can achieve whatever you want to achieve. You can create a great body. You can create attract the kind of man or woman you want to create into your life. You can achieve whatever you want to achieve. However, this doesn't bring fulfillment. This is what Tony Robbins is saying. This doesn't bring fulfillment. You can achieve a goal of reaching $1 billion and you can be miserable. In fact, he says there's so many people that have $1 billion and multi-million dollars that are miserable, that have multi-million dollar houses and islands, and they're miserable. So achievement is not fulfillment. Tony Robbins says, what I'm really interested in now, what I'm really obsessed with now, is fulfillment. That's what I'm really interested in. That's what I'm really interested in, Tony Robbins says. So Tony Robbins now is making trips to India. He meets with different teachers and speaks with them. He's gotten into a particular darshan that he's sharing with people. And he's telling people in this video, there's a way to transcend suffering, and achievement will not give it to you. Did you hear what I just said? That's one to repeat. There's a way to transcend suffering, and achievement of any kind, anything in the future, will not give it to you. Fulfillment is here and now. Achievement is what I call self-actualization. You're actualizing yourself in the future. You're actualizing your pure potentiality in the future. Fulfillment is what I call self-realization, which teachers like Ramana Maharshi pointed to, which is fulfillment is here and now. Through being present here and now. And being in a state of gratitude, being in a state of appreciation, being in a state of inner peace, being in a state of love, unconditional love, being in a state of freedom, boundless freedom, being in a state of empowerment. And this comes by recognizing and realizing who you are now. Not in the future, not by achieving it, not by gaining it or losing it, by recognizing and realizing who you are, which transcends the mind and includes it. So, to feel Tony Robbins coming into my camp now, more of fulfillment, is really exciting. Here's what's also really interesting. As this sense of fulfillment is present, and you're here, then what do? You're fulfilled. There's this incredible energy that arises, that opens through you as a clear channel to create what we could call, what Tony's calling, achievement or self-actualization. So I find myself getting more energy, giving more energy to the science of achievement, to the science of self-actualization, and sharing these principles, these tools with people to co-create the world we want to create together. The world that's possible for us to create together. And there's such excitement and passion and inner peace intertwined in engaging in this integration of self-realization and self-actualization, of fulfillment and achievement, unified as one. I call it being a life artist. So let's quickly address the law of attraction that Jay's asked me about, and then I'm going to be out of here. So, All the law of attractions teach the same truth in essence. What you want to bring back to you, what you want to attract to you, be in that vibration now. So, in order to achieve that sense of fulfillment at the core is what really brings it and sustains it. The higher vibration that you're in now, you attract that back to you. Like attracts like. So the joke of it is that if you're in this state of fulfillment, well-being, love, inner peace, freedom, empowerment, now, by recognizing and realizing the essence of who you are, the spiritual essence of who you are, the infinite essence of who you are, the state of immense gratitude and appreciation of love for what is, as it is, then you don't need to attract anything to you. And that's when everything paradoxically flows. And you're aligned. You are a course for miracles, for the magic to flow through you, moment by moment. Anyone have any questions? Check out the links if you want to delve in deeper. I'm happy to support. Your journey. And just feel the energy too. There's a lot of words that are being shared here when I do these episodes, but really I invite you to, as you delve deeper, and as we delve deeper together, to really feel the space beyond the words. The sense of presence, the sense of fulfillment, the sense of gratitude, the sense of appreciation, the sense of wellness, love. That's here now. That's here now to say yes to. Yes.